What is up, Flesh and Blood community? Sin on stream here, and we have our first round of Uprising spoilers. Spoiler season is just kicking off, and it just started. As of now, it is currently 7 p.m. Eastern time here in my area, and today we're going to talk about the newly revealed, well, we knew she was coming, but the hero Dromai. She is a draconic illusionist, and I just wanted to give my thoughts and kind of read over the cards that we know she has currently. And I'm really liking the way that she's shaping up. I'm really liking the way that she's her whole like abilities and all of it are kind of shaking out. So without further ado, we're gonna dive into it. But first, I wanted to thank all of this month's past patrons on Patreon. If you want to become part of the community and support the channel there, never an obligation. But if you'd like to monetarily support the community here and the channel, please head over to my Patreon. I'll put the link below. You get your name in the credits of all of my videos, and shout outs on Twitter and all that fun stuff. It's only $2 a month, helps out the channel. Now we'll get into Dromai. All right, I'm really excited because I really like the way that she plays, or looks like she's going to be playing. So, first off, we have Dromai herself. Whenever you pitch a red card, you create an Ash token. If you've played a red card this turn, dragons you control have go again while attacking. Yes, dragons. She does. Like, we knew she created dragons, but it's so cool. It's so cool. She has 40 health, and 4 intellect, so they didn't make any changes there. But Dromai Ash Artist, this is your new illusionist hero coming in Uprising, and let's look at some of the cards that have been revealed for her so far. First off, we have her Draconic Illusionist weapon. It's a scepter. All of your dragon allies have once per turn action for free attack. So Storm of Santikai, very, very cool art. I can't wait to see this thing in cold foil. I really hope we get, I'm assuming we're going to get it in cold foil. The cold foil version of this art is going to be nuts. It's going to be insane. Then we have, Silken Form. Draconic Illusionist equipment arms. At instant speed, you can destroy Silken Form and transform a target ash you control into an ether ash wing. So whenever you create dragon tokens, they get put over top of the ash tokens. So the way that kind of works is it gets put over top the ash tokens, and the dragon obtains all of the properties of ash, which right now is gaining phantasm. So anything that's above an ash token has phantasm. Very similar. So this also has Quell 1. If your hero would be dealt damage, you may pay 1 resource to prevent 1 of that damage, and if you do, destroy Silken Form at the beginning of the end phase. That is pretty cool. It's a new kind of like dance around mechanic. You can use this to stop arcane. You can use this to stop just physical attacks, whatever you kind of feel like using it to do. If you pay 1 and boom, it's like a temporary arcane barrier almost, or just like a temper. Dracona Optimi, one of the first dragons. A little hard to read here, so this is one of the dragons that can be created by using one of the new invocations, and this is just a screenshot from, I think, the Pro Tour, where they talked about it a little bit. So invoke Dracona Optimi. It costs 6. It pitches for red, a legendary invocation to transform a chosen ash you possess into Dracona Optimi. Then you go again. Blocks for 3. So then that would turn, one of your ash tokens would turn into Dracona Optimi. And whenever Dracona Optimi attacks a hero, you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. He deals arcane damage equal to twice the number of red cards revealed this way to them or an ally they control. So if you attack with Dracona Optimi, you reveal 3 cards off the top of your deck. If you hit all 3 of those, it'll deal 6 arcane damage on top of that. I think that's how the math works. It's like 3 times, twice the number of red cards revealed this way. So if you reveal 3 cards, that's 6 arcane damage and 6 physical damage coming right at you with Dracona Optimi. Then we have the next dragon, Invoke Dominia. Pitches for red, plays for 4. It's a legendary, so you can only have 1 of them in your deck. Same thing goes for Dracona Optimi. Same concept. You transform a target ash you control into Dominia and go again. Dominia whenever Dominia attacks a hero, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a red card, look at their hand and banish a card from it. That's pretty cool to me. I don't know if you'd want to be going around, like banishing cards for like Levia or Chain. That would be really funny. but I mean, Dominia, perfect. Boom. Awesome. One of her attacks is Billowing Mirage. When you attack with Billowing Mirage, you can transform one ash you control into an Ether Ashwing. Go again. So it pitches for red, plays for 1, attacks for 3, blocks for 3. Really cool card. Just a nice little turn starter to really ramp up your ash generation. So, the goal with her is you want to have as many ash tokens out on the field as you can and have them be turned into Ether Ashwings or be able to invoke them into one of the bigger dragons. So right after that, we have Rake the Embers. You can create an ash token, then transform up to 3 ash you control into Ether Ashwings. And I'll just skip down to Ether Ashwing, pings for 1, Arcane Barrier 1. So if you have like 12 of these things out, which I don't know how likely it is you may, but if you have 12 of these things out, you have Arcane Barrier 12. So congratulations. That's awesome. They do die for 1 and they ping for 1. So they're kind of similar to a Spectral Shield in that way. This seems to be more like Dromai's, like version of a Spectral Shield is the Ether Ashwing. Up after that, we have Skittering Sands, plays for 0, pitches for 1. You can transform a target ash you control into an Ether Ashwing, and it gains +3 until the end of the turn. Go again. So you can make one of your Ether Ashwings 4, and then ping with it. Seems like a must play. This seems like a pretty general must play in Dromai. You're able to buff up your Ether Ashwings and kind of go from there. Sand Cover, target ash you control gains ward 4 until the end of the turn. So she's able to do like this Gara thing, like if for any of those Naruto fans out there. It plays for 0, pitches for 1, target ash you control gains ward 4 until the end of the turn. So this is an instant, and it helps your defensive capabilities as Dromai. So I think this is going to be a pretty cool card, and it'll be interesting to see where it lands in kind of the meta of building her. We have Lava Burst, which is one of the draconic actions that can be used by either Fi or Dromai with the new Rupture mechanic, that if Lava Burst is played as a Chain Link 4 or higher, it has +3. So, say you have 3 Ether Ashwings, you can, play a Skittering Sands and ping for 4. It'll have go again, and then ping with another Ether Ashwing for 1, ping for 1 on another Ether Ashwing, and then Lava Burst for 5. So these Rupture cards almost act similar to like the end of ninja combos in a way, but for any draconic hero, which is really, really neat to see. It seems like the draconic heroes are going to be very aggro focused, very, go wide focused. And I'd be very interested to see how that all works. So ash tokens, these are ash tokens. They have a new mechanic called Material. While ash is under an object, that object has Phantasm. This makes sense for the Illusionist. You got to have some way to kind of counteract that in a certain way. So bigger heroes like Levia or like Oldhim or anything that runs mainly, like anything that has the potential to run attack action cards that have higher values than 6 can crack the dragons. So that's something important to remember when it comes to thinking about how balanced Dromai really is. And then, we'll go over this. It's an older spoiler, but, for 2, we have Thaw, and Thaw just lets you destroy Frostbite tokens, Ice Afflictions, and unfreeze a target frozen card. It can also crack a dragon, too. It can pop Phantasm, so that's pretty cool, too. But realistically, I'm loving the way Dromai is looking. She's just, the art for this set so far is shaping up to be some of my favorite. I really love all of like the dark reds and the crimsons and the the fire and the real like ferocity of how some of these cards look. You have oh man, you have so much. Like Lava Burst is so sick. This card is just so cool. looking. You have a monk just punching the ground and it's just blasting out in lava. Like, this monk is just like me on a Monday morning. I haven't had my coffee yet, and I'm done with your shit. I love everything they are doing with Uprising so far, and this is just one of the heroes. I mean, we know what Icelander does, but this is only one of the new heroes. This is only half of the whole, and we don't even have all of her cards yet. We don't know we don't have a full picture of what all she does. So, like, yeah, that's it. It's just really cool. I'm just really stoked. So I'm not going to rant any longer than I have to about Dromai. I think it's going to be it's yet to be seen exactly where things are going to like land in the meta. But if you want my opinions on these things and you want my takes, feel free to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and also drop a comment and tell me whether or not you think this hero is going to shape into the meta at all. I want to hear your thoughts on the competitive nature of Dromai. With that, guys, hope you all have a great weekend. If we get more if we can start getting Fi spoilers tomorrow, expect that video probably Monday or Tuesday Eastern time. But we're going to be here all week covering the spoilers and going from there. Thank you all and have a great week. Sin out.